Hey friends, welcome back to Dennis Simplifies. In today's video, what we're going to do is to insert values into the table we created in our previous video. So in database in SQL. So sit back, relax, and let's simplify. So from our previous session, that is our previous video, we created the table employee, and then we tried to define the entities within it. And then secondly, we also created a table called department, and we also define its entities and then what everything is, the primary keys and then the foreign keys. Again, we did the same thing. We created a table called departments, locations, and the same thing we did here, foreign key and the primary key and its entities. Fourthly, we also created a table called projects, and in the projects we define its entities here, the primary keys and also the foreign keys. And then on the fifth one, we created another table called works on. The same thing, we define its primary keys and then its foreign keys and the entities in there. And then lastly was the dependents. If you remember, with the dependents, the same thing, we created a table called dependents, we defined its entities, and then we stated its primary keys and then its foreign keys. So what we are doing in this video is to insert values into these tables that we have created. So with the employee, the lecturer has already given us the data. So what we're going to do is that we are going to go to the data we have and then copy the data for the employee and then insert it into our table. So over here you can see this is the company data that we have. So I'm going to copy insert into employees. You can see insert into employees here. I'm going to copy everything here. There are a lot there is more down here. As you can see, there is more down here. So I'm going to copy everything over here together with the one on top here. So I'll copy everything, right? Not department. I'll copy everything here and then insert it into our employees. So I'm going to scroll down, and as you can see, I have inserted all the employee data down here. So you can see insert into employees until the last employee, right? So you can see that here. So now that we have copied and pasted it here, let's do the same thing for the other tables. So we move to the second table, which is I think departments. This is the second table we created, departments. The same thing, we are going to go to the data that we have, look for department. This is department. I'm going to copy everything from department here and then go to the table where we wrote our queries and then paste it over here, right? As you can see, I've pasted it over here, right? Okay, so the next thing we do is to move to our next table, which is our third table, which was department locations. So the department location, we're going to do the same thing. We are going to go to our company data and look for department locations. That will be down. Alright, so as you can see also here, we have our department locations here. I'm going to copy everything, then move to our department locations here and then insert them here. I'll paste them here. So as you can see, I've pasted it here. Alright, now the fourth thing is I think projects. Move to our fourth, so the project. The same thing here, we created a table. I'm going to go to the company data that we have, right? And copy for the project. We have our project here. I'll copy everything and then go to the project and then paste it over here. So as you can see, I've pasted it there. Then the fourth thing we're going to do again is the fifth is the works on. So with the works on, we go to the company data again, look for works on. Okay, we have works on here. So we copy everything for the works on, then go to the works on query that we wrote and then paste everything over here. So you can see I've pasted everything here inside our works on. So just beneath it, I just paste everything over there. Then the last thing is our dependents. So with the dependents also, I go there. So as you can see here, we have dependents. So I'm going to go to the company data that we have, then look for dependents. Okay, yeah, so as you can see, we have dependent over here. But then one thing you'll notice is that from the data that the lecturer gave, he made this one dependent, right? But you know that dependent is an already defined variable in SQL. So what we're going to do is that we are going to add an s to the dependent to make it dependent, right? So that now it becomes a main variable to create our table. So I said dependents, not dependent. So you just add an S to it, and then you copy everything. Then you move to your set query, and then you paste these dependents over here. Alright. Okay. So now that we have pasted all of them in here. Now let's actually insert them. They are just queries. We have not really inserted them into the table yet. So let's go back to our first, which is the employees. We go to our first one, which is the employees, right? This is the employees that we have. Then we insert, as you can see here, we have all of them here. Now to insert them into our table, what we're going to do is that we have to highlight everything here. You highlight everything, and then you click on execute before this data can be inserted into the employee data or the employee table. So you have to highlight everything and then click on execute. Then they will all enter the employee table. Alright. Then if we go back to the company data again, with the employee, there was a part they said we should update the employee, right? We are supposed to update, so we copy also, then we go to the same query and then we paste it over there. Right, so you paste it down here, and then again you highlight everything and then you click on execute. Right, okay, so when you do this, now to make sure that everything we did actually worked, we have to select everything from the employee table. When we select everything from the employee table, we're able to see everything we have pasted or we have inserted into this table. So I'm going to run that part, and then we see the data we just entered into the table, did it really enter the table? So I'm going to use the same database, use Dennis, and I'm going to see, has all these values been inserted into the table? So I'm going to select everything here. I'm going to select everything from the table, and let's see whether it has been inserted. So as you can see down here, you can see that it has been inserted because we have 40 values in all. And the last value was what, Alicia, and you can see that there are 14 or so. Everything we pasted has been inserted into our table. Now that we are done with the employees, let's move to the next one, the departments. So you go to the department, which is the second query. The same thing here, you highlight everything here for the insert into department, and then you click on execute. I am not doing it because I have already done it, so when I do it, I'm going to get a duplicate error, meaning I have done it already and you are doing it again, so like a copy of it, right? So when you do this, after you highlight and then execute, we are going to use the same database, right? The same database, we are putting it in the same database, and then we say select all from this department. So I click execute, and you can see that the values that we inserted, they were how many? There were 6 in all. So you have all the 6 department values inserted over here. Now let's move to the next one, the third one, which is the department locations. Again, you select everything here and then you execute. Right, now you know that we are using the same database, right? And then you come down here to select everything from the department location. Select everything and then you execute. So you can see that we have everything inside here, all 13 of them. Alright, now let's move to the next one, the fourth one, which is our project. Again, you highlight everything and then you click on execute to insert it into the project table. Then when you are done with that, you come down here and you say that select all from project, then you execute. Sorry, you have to first use the database. So we are using this database, right? Then you say execute. So we are using this database, and then you come down here and you say select all from projects. So you can see that we have everything inside here, all of them. You see the Las Vegas and then laser printers. You can see laser printers and Las Vegas also here. So that's the last one, the 11 of them. Now the fifth one is the works on. Again, you will highlight everything here, everything from the works on, and then you execute. You highlight everything, then you execute. Right, because we are using the same, the same database, you highlight, use this one, and then you execute here. Then you come down and then you select everything. Select all from the works on to see what is inside our works on table. So as you can see down here, we have our hours, our project number, and then employee SNIT number. You can see we have all of them here, 48 in all. Alright, and then the last one is the dependents. Remember the dependent, we changed it from dependent to dependents, right? We added an s to it. So the same thing over here. We are going to highlight everything from this department, right? You highlight everything and then you execute, right? Then you know that we are using the same database, so you highlight and then you execute. Then you come down here and then you select everything from this part and then you execute. So you can see we have our dependent name, sex, the BD, the birthday, the relationship over here, all 11 of them. Alright friends, so in this video, that's what we set out to do, to insert the values into our SQL table or into the company database, which we have successfully accomplished. So in our third video, we'll be going through how to solve questions with these values that we just inserted. So don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video. Until next time, apatia.